An otherworldly encounter. This Hubago messenger is looking for a well-traveled adventurer. Say, aren't you wavy? That certainly saves me a lot of trouble. I was asked to find you on behalf of Gulool Ja Ja. Curious happenings abound in Mamuk of late, and we thought one with your worldly experience may be able to help us make sense of things. If you have the time and inclination to aid us, she awaits you in Mamuk. You'll find her west of the plaza, in the large building near the two-headed statue. Thank you for coming. Truth be told, I was unsure if I was right to call on you, but the troubles we now face cannot be overcome with our strength alone. It all began when we found a fallen traveler in the Skydeep Cenote. For a mercy, his wounds were not life-threatening. His kind is not a common sight in these lands, tall and slender of build, with pointed ears. He has yet to awaken, but speaks in his sleep of strange things that make little sense to us. It was our hope that you might recognize something in his ramblings, or perhaps even jog his memory once he regains consciousness. Might you be willing to speak with him? I mean, if he's unconscious, how am I going to speak with him? Oh, what a coinky-dink. Gulool Ja Ja, the traveler stirs. Very good. If you would be so kind as to bring him here. Hello, Gwen. I know, it was perfect timing that we just happened to get here right before he regained consciousness. And so almost certainly this is like a Final Fantasy XI glamour, right? And he's not an Elezen. What were they called in Final Fantasy XI? FF11 elf race. Elven. We are glad to see you awake, and in good health besides. May I ask your name, traveler? My name? I'm sorry. I can't remember. It would seem the fall has affected his memory. In any case, his presence here is a complete mystery to us. His armor the only hint as to whence he came. Does anything about him strike you as out of the ordinary? Looks like your typical adventurer to me, or not much different from any other Elezen I've met. Or would that be Eldite? No, it's Elven, but we'll go with the second. Eldite. What is an Eldite? Elezen? Eldite? No, that's not quite right. Ag. I remember. I'm an Elven adventurer. And you're Gulool Ja Ja. Could it be I've come to Mamuk? Wait, if I'm in Mamuk then, I must have been taken prisoner. But Mamuk's not an 11, right? To so readily believe us enemies. Perhaps he comes from a land unfamiliar with our customs across the salt. He could be from Eorzea, I'm not so sure. Maybe he came from Alexandria. I mean, not knowing that it's a Final Fantasy XI crossover, I think Alexandria would be my first guess. So I guess I'm gonna go with Alexandria. Just because I feel like that's what my character would be under the impression of, even though we know that's not true. Although he did say he's not an Elvite, so we should know he's not Alexandrian then. We've no way to know for certain, in which case... Gulool Ja, we must gather our strongest fighters at once. Why? What's happened? Gulool Ja Ja's shade has returned. It's been sighted near Yak T'el. Bakool Ja Ja has engaged the apparition, but I fear the worst. The vow of Resolve's companion, from the feet of the Brotherhood. I suspect you would understand the graveness of this situation better than most. In recent days, the late Dawnservant's shade has been seen wandering the woods of Yak T'el. I have reason to believe it was invoked in like manner to the one used in the feat. Only a privileged few of the Bunawa should be privy to the knowledge required to perform the rite. The culprit will be found in time, but we've a more pressing matter at hand now. I must hurry and inform the Landsguard. Bakool Ja Ja requires reinforcements. The Dawnservant's shade. I fear he may not hold out until the guard assembles. I am loath to ask such a favor, but would you aid Bakool Ja Ja in this battle? I'm in your debt. Yak T'el is to the west of here. Please, go and help my son. Gulool Ja Ja? Okay, first, imagine that you, like, fall and hit your head, and when you wake up, the people that greet you look like this. Be a little alarming, no? But I mean, I guess there's probably lizard people in 11 too, even if they're not the same lizard people. Gua. Pathetic. And you dare call yourselves blessed siblings? Not bad. You might actually prove a challenge. If you've come to help, best stay on your guard. He's not alone. Oh, it's wait for it. She's my favorite. What's this? Another monster in need of slaying? Don't worry. I'll send them packing. I'm not a monster. Here I go. Nullifying dropkick. Oh no you don't. This is some old music. I can't explain why, but something told me I had to be here. Ha, not bad. Not bad at all. But it'll take more than a couple of Tori to stop me. Tori? Are you daft, girl? You can speak. A shame you don't seem to have any manners. The name's Prishe. You'd do well to remember it. Prishe. She's got big shoes too, big hands and big feet. Ha! Looks like I win. He did get kinda stomped. Oh, so she sees everybody as monsters. One tourist down, one to go. I hope you're ready. At ease, Prishe. We've seen to our task. Come. Is it Prishe? 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 Whatever you say, Omia. Omia? What is she talking about? Prishe, wait. Please, don't go. So he's crying out, please don't go to her. But he doesn't remember his name. But he does remember that he's an elven. But also he parried her when she attacked us. So maybe he knows that she's like seeing people as monsters and is trying to help her. I'm guessing word of the Dawnservant's shade is what brought you here. I don't know what that girl has to do with all this, but clearly she's aligned with whoever summoned them. The way remains open, though there's no telling where it leads. Even so, they can't be allowed to return. We've a duty to protect this forest, and I'll not see it torn apart by some two-headed impostor. Let's hurry after them, brother. Watch over that one, won't you? Prishe, what's happened to you? Okay, so maybe he doesn't know that she's seeing people as monsters, but does know that she's acting out of the ordinary. Everything's still hazy, but I recall fighting alongside that girl. We were comrades in arms, I think. But something was clearly wrong with her. She not only mistook me for a monster, but she called her two-headed companion Omia. The Omia I know is an elven woman, a far cry from the reptilian fiend we encountered. Something dark has taken hold of her, clouded her mind. I have to go and... Ugh. You're not going anywhere with those wounds? I'll go after Prishe. You would put yourself in harm's way for my sake? Thank you. Well, it's not just for your sake, but you're welcome. Now we have staring contest. I recognize that look. The eyes of a man who's seen more than their fair share of battle. Despite what Prishe has done, she was a dear friend to me. I'm fairly certain. Have care, friend. There's no telling what lies beyond that portal. I was expecting the townsfolk to be indifferent, if not hostile, when I asked for a sword and shield, but they did not hesitate to help and send me on my way. I think I've always been accustomed to such armaments, though. Once recovered, I should be glad to put them to good use at your side. Oh, I wonder if he will join. Jeuno, the first walk. So, if I remember correctly, what I was told is that Jeuno is like one of the big cities in 11. Strange happenings in Yak T'el have cast a pall of unease over the forest, after an armor-clad stranger was found unconscious in the Skydeep Cenote. Bereft of memory, the shade of Gulool Ja Ja was spotted stalking the woods with a young girl. What appeared to be unrelated events take a turn when Bakool Ja Ja confronts the Dawnservant's shadowy impostor. The armor-clad stranger recognized the girl as Prishe, a friend seemingly turned enemy, who retreats with Gulool Ja Ja's shade into the blinding light of an otherworldly rift. In search of answers, and to safeguard Tural, Bakool Ja Ja bids you join him as he follows the incongruous pair to the unknown. Oh, it's like Mordona, okay. So like, maybe the first big endgame hub? Okay. So yeah, there's the 3 like faction cities and then like a big independent one. Prishe is a non-player character from Final Fantasy XI and is one of the main characters in the Chains of Promathia story. Prishe is an elven living in the Tavnasian Safehold, since her former home in the once prosperous Tavnasian Marquisate was destroyed during the Crystal War 20 years ago. She mysteriously does not age, causing many to label her as a demon, the reasons for which are explored in the story. Prishe is a tomboy who is well known for her impulsive attitude and forthrightness. I can see why they label her as a demon. Oh my god, zoom in not working the way I want. I wanted to zoom in on her eyes. And this, in particular, like the in-game rendering, very dark eyes. Prishe has dark skin and pale purple hair that falls to the small of her back, with 2 bangs that frame her face. She wears a cropped short-sleeved black jacket, held closed with a red ribbon and blue brooch over a long, high-collared black and white top, with crisscrossing up the sides and long violet sleeves. This is a very detailed description. She looks a little less flattering here. They gave her a very strong jawline. Okay, you know what, I thought the PS2 graphics were cursed, but I think this is actually more cursed. Prishe was born an unknown amount of time before present-time Vana'diel and raised in the Tavnasia Cathedral. As a child, she was believed to have a special destiny. Later, during her baptism by the Eye of Altana, the darkness inside of her crystallized, forming a solid crystal on her chest. Since this day, she has not aged a day. Injuries that would kill most people did little to her, and monsters seemed to stay away from her. This earned her the title of that detestable child, or the abhorrent one, leading her to be hated by many since then, was locked away and prevented from leaving the cathedral. Well, that sounds pretty rough. After her accident, she met Cardinal Mildorian, who gave Prishe an amulet, the true purpose of the artifact being that Mildorian could control her thoughts, one that she would wear every day for years to come. She allowed Prishe outside of the cathedral for short periods of time and trained her as one of Tavnasia's theologians. During one of her trips, she met a young Ulmia, who earlier was unable to make it into the cathedral's choir due to stage fright, and cheered her up. Okay, what if the guy in armor is Ulmia? He might be, but it also might be somebody else. But he recognized the name when she called the Bakool Ja Ja clone Ulmia. Or not Bakool Ja Ja clone, the Gulool Ja Ja clone. I'm not good with the Hubigo names. Later, during the fall of Tavnasia during the Crystal War, Prishe helped many people escape the city's destruction to what would later be known as the Tavnasian Safehold. During the next 20 years, she would protect the Safehold from beastmen who were on the island, and gradually people forgot about her as the abhorrent one. Okay, they're not beastmen anymore, Wiki. They're called allied tribes now. It's 2025, get with the times. During the course of Chains of Promathia, Prishe spends most of her time on her own, often going ahead of the adventurer to accomplish various goals, such as finding an airship to go back home, or running away from the Sin Hunters, who want to capture her because of her connection to the Cardinal, who at that time is a controversial figure, and her Magicite. I thought calling them beast tribes was fine too. I think they didn't really change it to be politically correct, but more because since they wanted to do the Palu Palu, and the Palu Palu are like quasi-human humanoids. At several points in the campaign, various clues point to Prishe being the Keeper of the Apocalypse, something that she accepts without question, though Bahamut tells her that she is not the Keeper. In the final chapter of the story, Prishe helps the adventurer and Celteus fight against Promathia, and deals a major strike against him by shattering his barriers with her dropkick and throwing the Star of Tavnazia into his face. Wow, right in the face. Hoping that it will send some of his power to the Mother Crystals and weaken him. So she's also a fan of LB to the face. I see. At the end, when Tavnazia finally has the Grand Duchy of Jeuno's total support for its rebuilding, Prishe is said to be groomed as Tavnazia Cathedral's next cardinal, but still as rowdy as ever. She often slacks off from her training and runs off for her workouts, as she puts it, which she spends looking over the safehold from nearby hills. She tells the adventurer her views of eternal life, just before the crystal in her chest vanishes, making her mortal again. Shedding joyful tears, she comments that mortal life is troublesome, before happily running away. That sounds like a nice story. I feel like I could enjoy playing through the various scenarios in 11, but probably the inconveniences of like a 25-year-old MMO would be the hard thing to break through. But I also know that they've made a lot of changes to 11 to try and make it, you know, similar to how they've tried to make 14 basically approachable as a single-player game. I think they've done some of the same changes to 11, but I don't think it's nearly as efficient. I didn't try the gameplay, but watching other people play 11, the graphics didn't make me crazy either. But I don't necessarily mind old-school graphics. I think the combat maybe would be something I'm less interested in, but yeah, not being able to jump. Can you believe that 14 came out? You couldn't jump in 1.0. And they wound up putting a lot of resources into rectifying that problem. It was one of, I think, the first things Yoshi P did when he was brought on, was to get jumping into Final Fantasy XIV. Prishe came in second place in a Final Fantasy XI NPC popularity contest held by Squeenix in June 2013, placing behind Shantoto. Current players were given an opportunity to vote for their favorite NPC and share ideas for stories involving these characters. That's a pretty cool idea. I wonder what NPC would win a Final Fantasy XIV popularity contest. I think Grahatia would be in the running. Maybe Ashtola. I think Grahatia has a high probability of winning that contest because everybody likes him. I don't think Alphino or Alice would even be in like the top 20. I like Tataru. Her voice actress also did a character in Wuthering Waves I like a lot. But I don't think that Alalafell would place highly, personally. And that's not a joke on their height. I don't know about Thancred either, but I do think that Thancred would be more popular than Urianger. Maybe Astinian. I don't think he would be the most I don't think that Astinian could hold a candle to Graha, but I think he'd still be very popular. Because you've got all of the edgy guys that like him because he's the Dragoon. And then, you know, you've got all the ladies that like when he gets a cutscene here and there with no shirt on. A little bit of fan service. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for Umiya. As tempted as I am to know a little bit more. We learned a bit about Prishe. And we can maybe do some reading about the other characters we encounter. Although I have a feeling this will probably be the only downtime. We wait for this queue, then we're doing the Alliance raid. After that, it's going to be a lot of reading until I unlock the other Alliance raid. And since that one's new, it's probably going to pop very fast. I like Erenville. I would definitely... If I had to pick 10 NPCs that are my most favorite, for sure, Erenville's in those 10. You cut it down to 5, I'm not as confident he's in my top 5. But he definitely makes it in my top 10. Problem is, there's just so many NPCs over the years. Like, if you asked me during A Realm Reborn, then Nanamo would be in my top 10 for sure. But now Nanamo's like... I don't even remember when the last time she had lines. A long time ago. Papalymo, Big Sag. Can you believe we lost Papalymo? And what did we get for it? We lost Ida. We got Lise. Bring back Ida. Oh my goodness. Could it be real, or is someone gonna withdraw and then we wait another 10 minutes? Holy. 2 more DPS. Come on, guys, you can do it. 1 more. Oh no. Oh no. Not like this. Our 35 minutes queue is getting 1 guide. Let's go. I feel like they did a good job modernizing the music while still keeping that old school MIDI feel to it. It's updated but not like overproduced and over modernized. Goblin replica. Is that a goblin? That doesn't look... Okay, I kind of see the goblin in it. Big orange eyes. Oh, that's a dead dancer. Is it not modernized, really?
Careful! That girl is stronger than she looks.
I don't know, I'd have to look into that one. Prishe of the Distant Chains. Hello, Rosie. Dynamis Goblin. Banishka. That's gotta be a raid wide, right?
Here we go!
Hope you've been well, Rosie. Been a bit since I've seen you. Another Final Fantasy XI connoisseur.
Wait for it.
Right.
Wait for it. Wait for
Oh, all 3 wait for it. We know what that means. Well, I wasn't sure if it was like the Berserker AoE or not. I'm glad I dodged into it.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
She wouldn't do 3 twice in a row. Yeah, I'm glad I shielded that guy because I had a feeling.
Drop kick to your fat head.
Fat head. I just saw what you look like in Dissidia. You should not be calling people fathead.
Give me strength.
Don't make me pull that screenshot back up, miss. Altana, give me strength. I don't remember us reading about Altana. Uh-oh. I don't know what's happening. I just see arrows and I don't want to be in front of them. Okay, X's.
By the light of the dawn. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh,
But we've scarcely begun. Okay, we've got checkerboard. Roll upper. Where can I wait for it to? That's 3 wait. Oh, I see. Hold on, don't get knocked off. There we go. Sick.
Man, is that all? And I was just working up an appetite. Behold, the blessed power of Altana.
We both go for the same res. Could it be true?
Still kicking? Cause so am I.
The Reaper returned. Alright, let's not die, but I'm gonna hard cast as soon as I can. Where is this corpse at? Oh, Tural, I guess? We're doing great, guys. We're doing great.
Wait for it.
Do wait for it.
Open your eyes.
My eyes are open. No, I tried to get them.
This should do it.
Can't believe this Reaper released.
Take this. How's that? And one of these. Now we're having a party. Time to get serious.
Oh, you like hearing her twice? You're just playing it on hard mode. Triple X's, okay. Oh, with the sandwich at the same time, okay. She's almost dead, though.
You can't stop the flood of mortal existence.
Booster. Probably gonna die, yep.
This wasn't how it was supposed to go.
I've a bone to pick with this one. But first... the only way out is forward.
Ark Angels.
A forest, huh? Go. We'll look after the girl. What is that? Is some kind of Tural vitral?
Some kind of Tural Vidral. I don't think so. But I'm not sure what exactly he's talking about. Not the Goobus, right? Big crabby crab. These crabs are so cute. I like the mount one.
On your guard. I sense something up ahead. Something big.
And in Eureka, they could drop the speed belt. Oh, maybe that's what he was talking about.
A dragon.
Dragon.
But surely it's no match for
Fafnir.
you.
Oh, this reminds me of Absolute Virtue's theme. Defensive posture as tail is lighting up. Is this a stay front cone? Like a tail swipe? It is, okay. Tail front. What else you got, dragon? Show me all your moves. Eat? Probably out. Okay, so tail front, feet out. I'm learning. Bereft is probably just a frontal cone, but maybe like front half. Or donut. Okay, it's donut. I should have anticipated that. Ah, I see. So you would like try to spawn the Krabby, and then the crab would kill you? But if the crab didn't kill you, then it was really good for your group to kill it. Something like that. Three, 4. Okay, 4 hits. That's an AoE tank buster, and Duty Finder players love to run in circles with those, so I'm gonna stand back. Darter. Four ads. Hurricane Wing. why truly Nico is dying. It's fine now. Whoa. Gonna move inward, right? Oh, I should have. Okay, I'm fine, I'm fine. Tornadoes. Oh, that's a big tornado. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I'm gonna get Gwen. I'm trying to. I don't know where she went. There she is. I'm just gonna start throwing heals. Oh, please don't bring circle to me. What happened? What happened? Everybody was alive, now everybody's dead. I don't think I'm gonna be able to stand still for 8 seconds, but I'll try. This is front. Who's she getting? She's getting Gwasap. I will get Tara after healing this. Alright, we should be plenty fine on mid. Alright, we're back in it. We're doing great, guys. Absolute terror. I'm gonna push Kara and hope nobody dies. Alright, we ignore these ads for sure. Yeah, well fought.
Teleportation magic. Ah, brace yourselves.
Oh, okay, so he blends in with the other crabs, and then you accidentally
Floating ruins.
pull the big boy unprepared, and the big boy punishes you. I see, I see. Tattered first movement score. I assume that's a crafting component to make the orchestrion. Sometimes I wish we had some dangerous open world areas in 14. But it goes against like their design philosophy. They don't want like a new player getting ganked by like a high level mob or getting stuck somewhere and stop playing the game because they had this bad experience. Oh! Okay, sneaky, sneaky. That was a bad suck. Despot. Alright, we're gonna take a run back through after. Read the leather-bound memo and everything.
Of them.
Oh, I remember this. Bakool Ja Ja spoiling. I remember this was the one that I struggled the most with. The one other time I did this. Like 3 months ago. Alright, I'm tethered to Bravo. I guess that's the one I'm fighting. I really like these multi-boss fights. Meikyo Shisui. Oh, okay. Not sure what even hit me. I see the pink flower. I know that's not good.
You shall be consumed by the cowardice that...
Oh, why'd they give me dance partner? I didn't notice that before now. I wrote closed position in party chat a while ago just so the dancer would notice that they didn't have a dance partner, and they gave it to me. I'm not complaining. I'm probably not the best target for it. Oh, what? What? I did not respect the mechanic and greeted a cast. Ark Angels. So these are the guys the gear is named after. I don't think we want to stack those, do we? I don't know, maybe it's fine.
Cowardice dismembers!
Cowardice dismembers. Guillotine. Oh, okay, I see. GK. The other two join now.
You shall be smothered by the arrogance that consumes you.
Why do I have a running man? Oh, that's not good. Lift off. Oh, he's gonna catch me. Oh. Alright, so I needed to kite him, but I ran in a bad direction. Skill issue. I'm healing.
You shall be defeated by the apathy that plagues.
I know this mechanic. Interrupted. Good, good, good. A powerful jutsu. Oh, cowardice dismembers. Oh, I can't hard. Oh, I got swift. Purple flower. Both healers an A down.
You shall be consumed by the cowardice that binds you.
Wait, oh, that healer disconnected. Harder than the other two, but I think it's just because there's so many bosses to keep track of.
Chose her companions well. Our next destination. No doubt a warm reception awaits us. Let's go and have a look. What? Why only you? Cannot die! Not until I have eradicated you and your
Shadow
from
Lord.
this world. Come, mortals. Allow me to show you the depths of my hatred and your folly!
Yeah, I mean, it's Duty Finder and it's not day one. What do you expect?
The land trembles before my might! Frail mortals! I will tear your
Mega Slash. Okay, looks like a
bones!
in and left. Then in and right. Didn't see. Okay. Implosion. Oh, one of them's glowing. That means that side's gonna be spooky, yeah.
Flames of hatred! All how they
Oh, Chthonic. I thought it said Chronic Fury. Chthonic Fury.
be naught left of man but smoke and ash!
Hatred spills forth, so they're gonna hit all inside the circles. Yes, yes. Now they hit the outside.
Let the fires ride and rage!
Get the knockback. Easy peasy.
Kneel before me! Your demise shall portend the extinction of Altana's
Okay, not this side, not this side, not this side. Okay, they all point out still.
The darkness within me shall devour you all!
We're doing great. Five hits just feels like nothing after M8S.
This insult, I will scour it away with your blood. Give up your painful strivings. Give in to the darkness of oblivion.
That's a something.
Your funeral dirge has begun. It's
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of item level advantage, but I won't on the next one. Oh, he put the armor on, okay. Phase 2.
return to the feculent soil.
Unleashing true power, damage dealt is increased. He's also got the little buff now. Now he's going sicko mode on us. Alright, so start over here, then to the left. And behind. Okay.
Behold, as the spate of my rage quenches the candle of your trivial existence.
Right, left, behind. Where'd the clones go? Lordly Shadow. There it is. Okay, I didn't see the first one. I guess it's just left, right. Oh my god, so many. Oh, okay. This side's safe.
Can your vaunted justice with
Don't want any of that.
front of the deepest rancor and wrath?
Oh, 7 hits this time. I almost had to heal there. Okay, so we start here, we dodge mid. We just need to move fast.
I will crush
Damning strikes.
you.
I'm gonna give you a shield because you're alone. Oh, we used Hallowed. Genius Paladin. I see. Well, I hope all has been well besides Rosie. Glad to hear you're doing alright. Didn't get to do the multi-knock. Really weird to beat a fight in this game and not get the regular fanfare. I'm returning. I didn't forget. I only saw one thing to read, but I wasn't looking super closely. You can also do a little bit of admiring, but we'll be able to see most of this. At least of the Jeuno part. Okay, well if I run past one, you can tell me. But I'll try to be thorough. At least it's not the regular victory fanfare, because that track gets old really fast. I had to experience that while running through the new dungeon. Read the lore bits. I only remember one in the like outdoor area that was brightly lit. Dargon Arena. My legs. Sure there's nothing tucked in the corner or anything. Leather-bound memo. Today is the day. I'm finally going to get those goddamned pants from Byakko. I can feel it. Byakko? I mean, this is the Duty Finder special to AFK at the end of the 24-man. Hoping that everyone else leaves so that you have maximal odds of hitting on the minion or card or whatever you want. Byakko's Hideout Day. Yeah, but there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11 other people besides the 3 of us. Damn it, this path should have led straight to Veluganon Palace. I'm going to be late for the spawn at this rate. Okay, so that's probably a reference for your rare mob camping. I could have sworn I defeated those 5 before. Won't be fighting them again alone, that's for sure. I better get out of here before they see me. We're stars. We're no longer stars. Alright, we did a big victory. This room's really pretty. But there's Invisivall, sadly. Thank you for the escort. 3 commendations. So that guy's not a shade, but a bunch of them are shades. Interesting. Oh, her hands and feet aren't big anymore, and she's perched on Bakool Ja Ja's arm. Are you alright? She's merely sleeping. It remains to be seen if she'll give us a fight when she wakes. Erg. Ah, she stirs. Boah! A 2-headed lizard trying to take a bite out of me, huh? A scrawny thing like you would barely make a snack. Besides, we don't eat people. Sorry, I'm a little on edge. If you've no quarrel with us, we've none with you. We only wish to talk. Can they really be trusted? I mean, why are you asking me? You don't know me. I mean, I guess I'm not a 2-headed lizard, so I got that going for me. I should know better than to judge people based on their appearance. It's fine. We're an intimidating specimen. I'm Prishe, by the way. Nice to meet you. Huge. Today's just been full of surprises. Auction house. Any questions? In the past. Great wealth. Adventurer. The city's not all what it should be. What I wouldn't give for a drink right about now. Are the shades supposed to be adventurers? Can chat this one up. Oh. Peculiar goblin. Oh, and he's selling the orchestrions. Okay, that's what the first movement score is for. All the orchestrions. Cool, cool, cool. Party, looking, dark, samurai, dragoon. So yeah, that's supposed to be like a player that's recruiting. Would be my guess. They're like trying to form up a party. Diminutive shade. I, Chululu, divining. 5, hard, other waters. think we talked to Orderly already, right? He was talking about the auction house. Alright, Bakool Ja Ja. Oh wait. What would have otherwise been a struggle proved a decisive victory against the Dawnservant's shade and the rest of those fiends. That is to say, thank you for your help, Rain. I didn't look back here. There might be nothing, but there also might be something. Hey, didn't I see you in Boyata Tree? Get anything good from Aquarius? Ah, that was the crab we fought. Alright, so we get another reference to the rare mob that would spawn and look like a regular mob and kill people. We're learning, we're learning. Alright, we'll do this again now, as I've contented my desire to search. There's much of this we don't understand, but what we do understand is the battle is won. For now, at least. What would have otherwise been a struggle proved a decisive victory against the Dawnservant's shade and the rest of those fiends. That is to say, thank you for your help, Rain. Hopefully this girl can give us some answers. It all began with a stone. Prishe is almost definitely probably certain you are standing in Jeuno. What were your names again? Rain and Bakool Ja Ja, right? Taru. You are a Taru, aren't you? I'd expect you to be shorter. I am not the Taru. If you're done with the small talk, would you mind explaining why you attacked us? What in the world are you talking about? Don't play the fool with us. You were spouting nonsense about us being Torai, and nearly killed a man on your rampage. Well, I do recall fighting Torai not long ago, to protect Olmia. Olmia? There's that name again. I'm pretty sure that night guy was Olmia, but I don't know. A friend of hers, you say? That's all well and good, but she was addressing Gulool Ja Ja's shade with that name. The incantations needed to summon it are said to be based on a much older magic, one capable of clouding people's minds. If our enemy is skilled enough to summon Gulool Ja Ja, it stands to reason such tricks are not beyond them. Meaning young Prishe here was likely tricked into believing the shade was this Olmia person. So it was all an illusion then. It's starting to come back to me. There was someone who warned me that a dear friend needed my protection. He was blue, like your left head, and he gave me these bizarre weapons. Blue like me? I usually fight with my fists, but didn't think twice to accept what they gave me. I suppose their magic's to blame. In any case, I hope the real Olmia hasn't been dragged into all this. Can you tell us anything about the one you thought was your Olmia? Where they may be hiding, perhaps? Would that I could, but when I got here, I was all by my lonesome. Here being where exactly? Jeuno. At least, I think this is Jeuno. There was never anything like that here before. It's mostly empty, but there are a few people lingering about, if you know where to look. Maybe they can tell us something. Go with Prishe, and see what you can learn of this place and the whereabouts of that shade. We will remain here and keep watch on this rift. I wonder... Gods, what's happened to this place? Probably same dialogue, but let's just check a few of them real fast. Auction house, any questions? Wealth. City's not all what it should be? Okay, none of them have different dialogue so far. I sense something foul on the winds here. The sooner we leave this place, the better. Right then, let's have a look around. Oh, and we should probably stop by the Ten Shoto as well. It's in the back of Neptune's Spire, across the way from the fountain. Oh good, I was hoping to run into you two. I don't wish to be overly forward, but why were you speaking with that Gulool Ja Ja earlier? More importantly, what was it doing here? It would never dare venture beyond the shores of Vana'diel unless... My gods, has Gulool Ja Ja laid siege to Ergon? Is Jeuno next to fall? I don't know anything about sieges or invasions, but that Gulool Ja Ja over there is a friend of mine. There ain't nothing for you to worry about. Poor man's probably more confused than we are about this. So the Gulool Ja Ja are from 11. I've only visited Jeuno a handful of times, when I needed a place to lay low, and maybe lick my wounds once or twice. I always enjoyed my time here, though. Met quite a few interesting people along the way. Adventurers gather from all corners of the world to buy and sell their spoils here. The taxes are a pain, but it's worth it for the wide selection. Just between you and me, though, I've heard you can cut a good deal with merchants peddling their wares just outside of town. But why is it closed? The auction house never closes. Maybe they're waiting for things to return back to normal around here. Whenever they reopen, I suggest you stop by. Who knows, you may get lucky and find something way below market price. You're new to Jeuno, aren't you? I can tell by the way you were taking in the sights. The city was built upon Heaven's Bridge, connecting the two great continents of Quan and Mindartia. Mindartia? You'll find there's an upper and lower level, a port, and the administrative plaza of Reluda Gardens. At least, you would have before. All ways in and out of Lower Jeuno appear to be blocked or cut off. The situation here is worse than I thought. Yeah, but I mean, it costs money to develop all these areas. Yo, we made it indoors. Neptune's Spire. Applicants, invite. Our branch. Please, bless you, membership. Entrance to the Ten Shoto? Okay, hold on, we don't go that way yet. Oh, but I bet there's also... In-room? Yes, yes. I bet there's also an exit back here. Maybe not. Well, well. I thought I knew all the Taru who traveled through here of late. Where are you from, stranger? Redania? Can't say I've heard of it. Most folks passing through hail from Sandoria, Bastok, or Windurst. Considering the present state of Jeuno, though, seems strange as becoming a common occurrence. I'd be lying if I said I'd heard of your homeland either, but that's not important right now. At times like this, we need to know who can be trusted. What sort of place is Gridania, anyways? Maybe I can visit someday. I've been outed as someone who made their character as a conjurer. What? Why is this blocked off? There are supposed to be stairs here leading up to the residential area. I swear, things get stranger here by the minute. Alright, there is no exit back here. But we got the lore. Even teleport and recall spells seem to have no effect. What do you suppose has trapped us here? I noticed with the Mithra that her dialogue changed after the quest objective, so I thought I'd come back and check these. I do hope Serpent General Aliapo is alright. Aliapo, now there's a name that we hear fairly often in 14. That's Zoe and Chloe's last name, right? Entrance to the Ten Shoto. You You press against the door, but it refuses to budge. Won't open? Then I guess we won't be meeting Aldo. He's head of the Tenshodo. When the world's in danger, he's always there to lend me a hand. Reminds me of my friends the Scions. A shame I can't meet him. I'm sure the two of you would have gotten along famously. Unfortunately, we're on our own here. Whatever's happening here, these people are just as bewildered as we are. We should go back and find Bakool Ja Ja, see if he's noticed anything. I didn't swipe my card for the subscription, so I can't get through the door. Returned at last. With answers, I hope. Nope. Not really. So we're truly in this Jeuno, as she says. But I've traveled all over Tural, and never heard of a Jeuno, or Sandoria, or any of those other places. What in Altana's name is Tural? I thought all of you Mamoja are from Aragia. 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 Prishe, you're alright. And she has you to thank, I'm sure. Thanks for caring, I guess. And who are you exactly? Kinda rude. I thought he was a friend of yours. He's the one who asked me to go and look for you. Maybe she still has amnesia. I appreciate the concern, but I've never seen him before in my life. How can you say such a thing? I mean, you do look like the sort I might know, but I'm drawing a blank. What was the name, mister? It's gonna be Ulia or whatever. Ah, my name is... He couldn't remember his name before. Probably still not. You must be the one they found wounded in the Skydeep Cenote. Well, we have to call you something. How about Al-Shal? Alxol? I don't know how to pronounce this. Why would you choose such a hard-to-pronounce name? Vagabond in the Mamoja tongue. Though it may be closer to adventurer in Rainesama. Nicely chosen, brother. That does have a rather nice ring to it. Oxal? Oxal? I'm gonna go, like, Al-Shal, I guess. Which is probably wrong. It is what it is. So where are we, exactly? Jeuno. Or at least, a close approximation. Surely you remember this place, don't you? It does feel familiar. What's so special about this place, anyway? And where did that damn shade get off to? Ah, none of this makes any sense. My, what a vexing predicament. What? I thought that guy was iced. Tural Ja threw his ass off the bridge. Hey, that's the one that put me under a spell, I'm sure of it. So, the Bunewa sycophant yet lives. What are you doing here? As you found me in a generous mood, I thought I might enlighten you as to the nature of this place. That is why you've come, isn't it? The young lady is correct. This is the Grand Duchy of Jeuno. So we really are in Jeuno, and yet something about it feels so... off. I never said this is the real one. It's an imitation, a rather convincing one, I might add, which I created based on visions of another world. You built this? That I did. While you and yours were holding the Dawnservant's coronation, Gulool Ja Ja and I ventured to the gate of the Golden City. Everything was proceeding as planned. The gate's key was in our possession, the power to reshape the world within our grasp. Or so I thought. In the eyes of the resilient sun, I was but a useless tool to be cast aside. Yes, I remember you being cast aside. You did a big fall. Should be dead. By all rights, I should have died when he struck me down, but once the chamber was empty, the gate still open. I saw my chance. What I found when I dragged myself across the threshold was an emptiness, a space beyond time. It was there in this dark expanse I beheld another world. That world was called Vana'diel. Many Final Fantasy XI screenshots. What a load of rubbish, as if anyone would believe that everything and everyone here is little more than one of your toys. Electrope. He turned to stone. As I said, everything you see here is of my creation. Much like we fashioned a phantom of Gulool Ja Ja for the feet of the Brotherhood, I was able to use our ceremonial tools to breathe life into my visions of Vana'diel. Under normal circumstances, my conjurings only have the strength enough for a brief clash. With that stone, however, my magics are capable of so much more. Isn't that what Gulool Ja Ja used to build his army? Electrope, he called it. Electrope, you say? If you know its name, then I trust you also know these stones are possessed of immense power. Power enough for my creations to persist for as long as I please. Fortunate, then, that that world between worlds was filled with structures made from electrope, more than I could ever hope for. Wait, if everything we see here, everything we believed was from Vana'diel, is of your making, then am I? Gods, that would mean I am as well. You? Yes, well, a trivial thread in the tapestry of my grand designs. And what a wondrous weave it will be, made possible by the endless possibilities gleaned in that walk of echoes. The memories buried there, those remnants of echoes, will shape my dreams into reality. I once believed that dream lay in the resilient sun, but that bastard is dead to me. By my hand, Tural will have the greatest ruler the world has ever known. I mean, I think he's just dead to everybody because we killed him. I've made an admirable start, but my work is far from finished. Very soon, I will draw upon the echoes once more to summon the greatest beings of Vana'diel, and their strength will be made one with this magnificent shade. The reason and resolve which built the nation of Tural, matched with the uncompromising tyranny that commanded the Mamoja of that world. You'll never get away with this, I'll make sure of it. I won't let you sully the memories of Vana'diel. If you won't listen to reason, then maybe you'll listen to my fists. That's the Gwen answer. I won't let you sully the memories of Vana'diel. That's the spirit. My preparations will take time, of course, but when I am ready, you can be certain I will call upon you to bear witness to my greatness. Gulool Ja, wait. Oof, he's gone. Oh, that adventure is actually on now. Rip Bozo. Prishe? Damn it all. Just when I thought things couldn't become more complicated. Making sense of Alexandria was trouble enough, but now we have this Vana'diel to deal with as well. I can only imagine how Prishe and Ashal must be feeling. What do you do when your very existence is called into question? First he served that tyrant Gulool Ja Ja, and now he would dare usurp the throne for his pale imitation of the Dawnservant. Sniveling wretch. Fetid Moppet. That world was called Vana'diel. Ashal regards Prishe with a pained look in his eyes. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of my past to refute Gulool Ja Ja's claims. Prishe, on the other hand, seems to know everything of her past and who she is. Yet to be told the memories of your life are not your own, I can only imagine how she must feel. Now's not the time to be disheartened, at least not here anyway. I wouldn't trust anything made by Gulool Ja Ja to be safe for long. Or to remain functional. Let's return to Mamuk while we still can. My mother will want to know of what we've seen here. I don't think we have anything else to see in Jeuno at this time. She's still ... Now that we're returned, I can see now this isn't the Mamuk that I know. I'm glad to see you and Bakool Ja Ja return safely, and you've brought a new guest. There you are. I thought you should be the one to explain what happened out there in Yak T'el. Yap, yap, yap. Not simply from another territory, but another world entirely. That explains much of the initial confusion between us. My apologies for any trouble I may have caused, and thank you for taking me in. Different worlds, and yet we seem to have so much in common. I cannot help but wonder what it is that links the two together. What indeed? You mistook us for the Gulool Ja Ja of your Vana'diel when we first met. May I ask what they are like? Nothing at all like you and yours, even if they do bear a striking resemblance. There was a time when all the peoples of Vana'diel, the Gulool Ja Ja included, knew peace. But a tyrant possessed of a terrible power claimed rulership over the Gulool Ja Ja and turned them against us. Before we realized it, we were at war. A tale similar to ours in a way. The rare few of us born with two heads grow to be immensely powerful. That power was used to justify our preeminence over all others. But that is not who we are anymore. We can be better than our forebears. We will be better. Big words coming from you, Bakool Ja Ja. All of our hard work will be for nothing if Gulool Ja Ja succeeds in seizing the throne. Well, you'll not want for aid in stopping him. I promise you that. Oh, keen to lend a hand, are you? I don't need to know who I am to know the right thing to do. My blade is yours. On my honor as an adventurer of Vana'diel, we will put an end to Gulool Ja Ja's schemes. Okay, if he's not Prishe's Ulia friend, then he's gotta be like a stand-in for the main character in 11, right? The Warrior of Light from 11. If he were here, I'm sure he'd have done the same. Okay, Ori is the you guy. Right then. We can worry about whether or not I'm real another day. I'm not going to stand around and let this Gulool Ja Ja piss all over the memories of my home. Language. So you can count me in too. Don't think you can forget about us. This all started in Yak T'el, and we have a duty to keep our forest safe. Gulool Ja Ja has left us without a trail to follow, but it's only a matter of time before he reveals himself to challenge Rain once more. If you're to be ready, I think it prudent the two of you learn more of our world. An excellent idea, brother. We should start with Tuliolal and see to our own preparations while we're there. If you would meet us at the dirigible landing, we will see Prishe and Ashal to Tuliolal. I have no doubt Ashal and Prishe will be safe at your side, but do make sure Bakool Ja Ja doesn't overexert himself. Always Donkey Kong vibes from the Tuliolal music. Those balloon-powered airships are really something. I didn't expect the flight to be so smooth. So this is Tuliolal. Before I forget, I couldn't help but notice how much you seem to know about me. Is there anything else you remember? I'm afraid I don't. And as you don't recognize me either, perhaps we weren't acquaintances after all. What I know of you was likely overheard in a tavern somewhere, patrons sharing stories of your famed exploits. I see. Well, I'll leave it at that then. She's not going to tell him that she did remember something about him, that him volunteering himself to aid and do the right thing reminded her of her friend. Now, where to begin? Brother, would it not be wise to first apprise the Landsguard of what's happened? Or would you prefer another stern lecture from the Vow of Reason? I'd sooner rip off our tail. Fine. Could you keep them occupied while we see to the Landsguard? Maybe take them to eat or something. I know, take them to Aunt T's to sample her tacos. Here, for that first meal of yours we spoiled. That's true, they did step on our tacos during the MSQ. Taco stepper. And just so we're clear, we're not expecting to earn your forgiveness. No amount of good deeds will ever undo our past, but there's always time to build a better future. When you get there, tell her we sent you. She'll see that they're taken care of. I'm still not over him stepping on our tacos, to be honest. He might be redeemed in the eyes of the player base, but not in my eyes. I hope she might remember me, but she doesn't even seem to know me. Gods, who am I? Aunt T's tacos, eh? Let me guess. They serve tacos? Oh, I can hardly wait. I ate tacos all the time back home. Though I suppose it wouldn't hurt to take a more scenic route. Maybe something along the way will help jog Ashal's memory. The diversity of the people here is unlike anything I've ever seen in Vana'diel. I can't tell you what a relief it is to know everyone here can get along. My home is surrounded by ocean too, you know, that has the most beautiful views on a clear day. Not without the occasional monster, though. It's nice being able to walk around like this without your guard up all the time. Walking the streets of an unfamiliar city, it feels like I'm back on another adventure. I cannot say why, but I've remembered something looking out at the sand dunes. There is a man out on the docks who claimed he could teach me new battle arts, but he would only agree on the condition that I retrieved for him a damselfly worm, an apron, and a magic skull. I don't suppose you've met anyone on your travels who's made such queer requests. So these are the markets of Tuliolal. There are so many stands, I wouldn't know where to begin. It's enough to make my head spin. Some fruit would sure hit the spot right about now. No, Prishe, remember, you're about to eat tacos. I happened to spy a few goblins on the way to the market. I remember them living in the major cities of Vana'diel as well. course, there was no shortage of the unscrupulous sort living in the wilds as well. They would gather in droves and give chase to adventurers, forcing anyone and everyone to retreat back to the safety of town. This is the place, right? I can smell the savory meats already. And you must be Aunt T. Bakool Ja Ja recommended we sample your tacos, so we'll have 3 of your finest, please. Bakool Ja Ja sent you, did he? Take a seat, and I'll be right over with a tray of our world-famous fare. Taco time. Hell yeah. Tacos at long last. Oh, how I've waited for this moment. Munch, munch, crunch, crunch. That's cute. I like the flowers. I thought nothing could match the rich flavor of our tacos back home, but the spicy seasoning of this meat is something else. Eat as many as you'd like. This meal's on Bakool Ja Ja, so don't hold back. Uh-oh. I said the magic words. Prishe has taken the lead, but we won't be outdone, surely. Oh, that would be nice to have as an emote. Both the flowers and the taco eating. Phew, I couldn't eat another bite. Thanks for treating us. It was almost like a taste of home. Vana'diel. Seeing as we still have a little extra time to ourselves, care to hear more about Vana'diel? Years ago, the land was gripped by a terrible conflict. The Crystal War, they called it, and it wasn't long before my home, Vana'diel, was drawn into the struggle. During their assault on the peninsula, the Beastmen launched a weapon so powerful, it sundered the land connecting us to the mainland. Those who survived fled to the Tavnesian safehold. It wasn't much, but we were able to piece together a modest living down in those caves. It might be Tavnesian. Sorry, I'm spoiling the mood, aren't I? You're an adventurer too, aren't you? Have any tales of daring you can share with us? I wonder if the next Alliance raid we will go to the Tavnesian safehold. I guess we'll know soon enough. Traveling to other worlds, and saving this one from the very embodiment of despair. Wait, really? You're not just an adventurer, you're a goddamn living legend. Hot. A hero, and living legend. Sorry for the wait. There was much to apprise the Landsguard of, as you well know. That Tural Ja was behind the stolen relics and the sightings of Gulool Ja Ja was understandably difficult for them to hear. And yet there are others enticed by the rumors of a strange portal in the woods. I've heard some foolhardy treasure seekers have even gone off looking for it. A dangerous thought, knowing Tural Ja could show up at any time with more of those echoes. Which is why I'm going back to Jeuno to make sure our people stay out of there. If you're going, then so are we. It beats sitting around waiting. Wee wah, wee wah. Alright. I'm fairly sure I've had Tabnazian tacos before. They were famous for their hardiness and helped stave off fatigue, perfect for those who often found themselves on the defensive in battle. Maybe we should bring Wuklamat and that other friend of yours. Ryle, was it? Gods, those tacos were bloody brilliant. There's nothing better than good food and good company to pass the time. As soon as Bakool Ja Ja gives the word, we'll be off. Jeuno. Bakool Ja Ja is ready to return to Jeuno. Would that we had time to show you more of Tural, but we can't afford to have anyone wandering about in Jeuno. Then let us make haste to Yak T'el. It's hard to blame anyone for wanting to take a peek inside. I know I certainly would. The sooner we clear this place out, the better. I can only speak for myself, but the idea of running headlong through a mysterious rift to gods know where in search of treasure seems absurd. Tural has no shortage of legends like the City of Gold to inspire would-be treasure seekers. No risk is too great if they believe their dreams can be realized. Effort's better spent on a more honest living, I'd say. Walking the noble path like you, brother? In any case, whoever we find in there, we have to get them out. Quickly. Quickly. Hello, gamers. I realize how preposterous it seems, but none of this is real. A Mamoja by the name of Surreal Ja created this place. And what if one of those weird shadow things decides to gobble you up? So I guess this is one of our treasure hunters. We don't mean to threaten you, but you need to leave at once. This place is more dangerous than it looks. On a Walton thief. There's a Hetsaro explorer. Probably nothing else of note, right? Looks like not. Never seen a city like this in Tural before. Dangerous, you say? Perhaps I should hold off on surveying further then. What a shame. I happened upon a rather curious stone I hoped to take with me, but it was stolen by some Tanawaltan brute. Without knowing the value of that stone, I can't say it's worth giving chase, but he ran off to the south if you mean to go after him. I'll be leaving now. If it's truly as dangerous as you say, I hope you'll be leaving soon as well. Wow, what a reasonable treasure plunderer. Just gonna let that guy take his lunch money and not go after him? Oh, I didn't even come in this building. I didn't realize it was open. Welcome, Chamber of Commerce. We assist job labor. Shabral Thief. When I jumped through that rift, I was expecting a dungeon, or maybe a labyrinth, not whatever all this is. It's dangerous, and I need to leave? Don't make me laugh. Not long ago, I heard someone crowing in the streets about some rare stone they found. Something like that could be worth a fortune. I'm not going anywhere if there's riches just lying around for the taking. You're not fooling anyone. You just want all the treasure for yourself, but I'm not leaving until I've found it. Okay, so he didn't even get the rock. It must be this one, the heh guy. You came looking for some fancy trinkets too? Well, feast your eyes on this. Ooh, a cube. We spoke with anyone who would listen, though a few were too stubborn to heed our warnings. A block of raw electrope, but how? I take it you're the one that found this. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave with that stone. It's too dangerous. You expect me to just hand it over? Ah, this isn't Tural. You have no authority here. I found it, and I'm keeping it. This is for your own good. Put the stone down and walk away. Or else. Careful, brother. Lay a hand on him, and the vow of resolve will never let us hear the end of it. We're already in her debt as it is. Fine. You've come here to make your fortune, yes? Then let me pay you for it. That would certainly save me the trouble of finding a suitable buyer. But don't expect me to let it go for cheap. We couldn't help but overhear you're selling an artifact found in these ruins. Whatever this gentleman's willing to pay, I assure you I can pay more. Uh-oh. Bakool Ja Ja's about to be broke. Great, just what we needed. What do you suppose we do now? Explaining the circumstances surrounding this place would likely take more time than we can afford. Ah, of course. Why not hold an auction for the stone? An auction? That would certainly simplify matters. It would save you the trouble of bargaining with all interested parties separately, and incentivizes them to pay you handsomely, lest they be outbid. Oh, are we gonna open the auction house for this? Fine by me, but I'll only be accepting payment in gil. This money will be taking me overseas, where I can finally live the life I've always wanted. Shiny rock. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any registrations. If I may have your opening bids. Can you handle the bidding? We don't have much experience with auctions, but we do have coin you can use. Around 1 million gil saved up from our work with the Landsguard. Hopefully that will be enough. Upon speaking with the Vana'diel thief, the auction will begin. You may also first speak with the other prospective buyers to receive hints regarding their potential bids. I kinda wanna just bid the milli, because this guy stepped on my taco. Damn, I wish I had money to join in. Seems like fun. While it's imperative that we recover the electrope, it wouldn't do to show your hand too early. Better to be conservative with your bids, staying just ahead of the competition. Nah, we just go 1 million off the bat, because it's not our money. We've 1 million gil all told, but I'm trusting you won't need to spend all of it. I mean, I don't need to spend all of it, but it's your gil. I have no time for the back and forth of this bargaining nonsense. All I need is 1 bid to win that stone. Well, that doesn't tell me anything about how much you're going to bid. But she will certainly go all in with most, if not all, of her money on her first bid. Foreign merchants relieved me of my stock a few moons past, and it's a good thing they did. 1,500,000 gil, and I was forced to spend half of it in preparation for this expedition. Okay, so he's got 750k. That's pretty much all the info we have. So, what's your offer? Sure. The auction has begun. Outbid your competitors for the electrope while conserving your capital. Right then, how much will you start with? I mean, we're gonna get to bid again, right? I don't see why I wouldn't just start at 100k unless we just wanted to see the comic line for starting at 1 million. But 500k is near the one number that we do know. Like, this guy's... The gray-haired Vieira is tapped at 750. She said she only needs to bid once. I'm gonna go 500. 500,000 gil. A bold opening bid, but I'm willing to bet that's all you have. 560,000 gil. Half my savings gone. Surely they're close to conceding, right? $600,000. I mean, he's not even gonna chime in until we get to 750. 700,000 gil. 700,000? How is anyone meant to compete with that? Damn it all. I'm not leaving without that stone. 720,000 gil. Raising their bid by such a narrow margin, someone's reached their limit. $730,000. No reason to go. Well, we know he'll go to 750, right? But I don't think it matters if we just have to bid one more time. We go 730. He bought me replacement tacos. I'll try to conserve some of his money. Finally, it's over. You have a knack for business dealings, Rain. Maybe you were a merchant in another life. Who says I'm not a merchant in this life? I kinda wish I had just opened with 1 million, because I think it would have been funnier. This looks to be all of it. The stone is yours. Should have just sent the million. Yep. That was more expensive than I would have liked, but nothing a few hunt bills can't make up for, I hope. As fun as that looked, I'm sure I would have made a mess of things if that were me. I tend to get a little carried away under pressure. Well done, friend. Now let's have a look at that electrope. Ah, this presence. It feels familiar. The Shadow Lord. There's no mistaking that deep and bitter malice. The stone must have served as the heart of the Shadow Lord's echo. He was a being of pure hatred, responsible for bringing about the Crystal War. I was part of the company that would eventually bring his reign of terror to an end. You helped defeat the Shadow Lord? Meaning Oshaw must have been there with him, but I don't remember ever hearing about that. In any case, I will hold on to the electrope. We should hurry back and speak with the Landsguard. Excuse me, or were you speaking of the Shadow Lord just now? There's more you wish to know. Perhaps I can be of help. I've heard a great many tales of the fiend from the bards who frequent the taverns here in Jeuno. I've been waiting over yonder near the fountain for my companions to arrive, but you're welcome to speak with me until they do. A most welcome offer, though there is much to be said for a first-hand encounter with the echo in question. Perhaps we can revisit these tales another time, after we've made certain no more treasure hunters can readily gain entry. Let's return to Tural and speak with the Landsguard. Rain, come and meet us at Bright Plume Post. Ah, there you are. If you've any burning questions about this place, or anything else in Vana'diel, I should be happy to answer them. Tell me about yourself. Me? I'm no adventurer of any particular renown, if that's what you were expecting. Just a man come from Bastok, looking to see more of the world. While I lack in fame, I make up for it with the strength of numbers. I've no shortage of friends willing to accompany me in pursuit of riches, should I reach out via Link Pearl. Okay, so this is our Warrior of Light from 11. The armor I wear is proof of our accomplishments, salvaged from the depths of the Alzadal undersea ruins. That said, I treasure my time with them, more than any trinket or bauble we've unearthed on our travels together. You understand, surely. Tell me about Fafnir. Dragon stories. Whoa. The great dragon that slumbers in the depths of Boyada Tree. Yes, I know of it, as does anyone who would dare venture into Zita. Stories of a great hero who did battle with a dragon, their harrowing encounter concluding with a strike at its heart with the fabled blade Vana'diel. If only they hadn't missed their mark. The blade is said to remain nestled in the beast's bosom even to this day. To survive such a blow, and live for all these years, bespeaks a strength I struggle to imagine. And yet the tales of its might have not deterred the brave and foolhardy from venturing in the tree, hopeful they can slay Fafnir and claim its spoils. You have reached the dragon's area and lived to tell of it. Tell me about the Ark Angels. I've heard stories of the 5 warriors clad in black. If the fates are kind, I will never have the poor fortune to cross paths with them. They were not born but forged from crystal, assuming the legends are true. The dawn goddess, Altana, wept 5 tears that gave birth to the 5 races: Yum, Elven, Tarutaru, Mithra, and Galka. The archangels are said to be the embodiment of their sins. They're Jesuses. Apathy, arrogance, cowardice, envy, rage, the darkness that lurks within us all. No one is certain why they were created. The prevailing theory is they served as guardians of some ancient paradise. Tell me about the Shadow Lord. I wonder if he'll tell us about the new bosses, too. The great darkness of the Northlands, hatred made manifest. There's not a soul in all of Vana'diel who doesn't know of the Shadow Lord. His sole desire was to bring about the extinction of Altana's children, and so he rallied together the Beastmen, inciting what came to be known as the Crystal War. Every time I see Altana, my brain reads Atlanta, and I have to stop myself. The Beastmen's assault was merciless, and it was not long before Bastok, Sandoria, and Windurst were brought to their knees. It was only after Archduke Kamlanath convinced them to join forces with the Grand Duchy of Jeuno that they gained the momentum needed to push back. United as the Alliance of Altana, they would eventually drive the Beastmen back from their lands, and soon found themselves going on the offensive in Sarkabard. The Alliance proved victorious in the end, but not without a great many sacrifices. Peace had been restored to Vana'diel, for a time at least. The Shadow Lord was somehow resurrected 20 years later, but thankfully he was slain before the Beastmen could be emboldened to take arms a second time. There is much speculation as to his origins. Most believe he was once a Galka, if you can believe it. He was betrayed by one of his companions, mortally wounded, and left to die. A dear friend of his was also said to have been cut down in the altercation. He succumbed to his wounds, but his rage and despair would remain, giving life to the Shadow Lord. If what you say is true, and he has returned once more, perhaps the flames of his hatred can never truly be extinguished. Okay, he still got the exclamation point, but I did all of his dialogue options. The Landsguard all appear to be well-trained and well-armed. I dare say they would be a match even for our soldiers back home. Me either, to be honest. I was hoping a few of the Lance Guard would be here already. Once again, we're left with nothing but time on our hands until Gulool Ja Ja shows himself. I suppose there's no shortage of work to be done if we ask the Lance Guard. You may be better served exploring Tural, familiarizing yourself with the land. It wouldn't do to find yourself lost when you're needed most. An honest-to-God's adventure! What a great idea! You're coming with me, Allshaw, and don't you dare say you're not interested. Any self-respecting adventurer would jump at a chance like this. I'll not deny the suggestion piques my interest. We warn you now, though, the wilds of Tural are rife with danger. It is no place for the unprepared. I welcome the challenge. Ha ha ha. I can hardly count the number of times Vana'diel has been visited by some world-ending calamity. But no matter how dire things may have seemed, we always found a way through. Together. This will be no different, I'm sure of it. There's nothing we can't do so long as we have each other. A band of adventurers barely met, united in the face of great peril. Just like old times. Our adventure is always so sentimental. Is that so terrible a thing? Smile. Ah, here he is. The moment we learn anything about Gulool Ja's movements, I've asked him to contact you. Jeuno. Maybe that's the end of the first series. And now we're starting on the new one. Meanwhile, in the echo of Tulia. Tulia. It's a pretty name. Yeah, soon we will slaughter them all. Is that not so, Gulool Ja? Soon, my Dawnservant, very soon. Then there shall be none to stop you from taking your rightful place on the throne. XD, ha ha ha. So he wants to put this shade on the throne of Tural? How fortunate for me he lacks the wisdom of the true Dawnservant. But if he will be made fit to rule, I must choose from the echoes carefully. The Shadow Lord showed promise, but Vana'diel is a land of rich history. I needn't settle for those who are but a blink of an eye in the annals of history. With the strength of the ancients, I will bring Tural, no, the whole world, to its knees. Face only a mother could love.